What's up, guys? Special treat for y'all today. Doing an amp dyno test on the all-new Audio Apex CAB-22. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned. We're gonna slap this on the amp dyno and see what kind of numbers we can get. Alright guys, like you saw there in the intro, we have a special treat for y'all. The all-new Audio Apex CAB-22. You can order it right now from cardiobargain.com. It is at a very, very nice price of only $249. So check that out, cardiobargain.com. Available right now. All right, guys, here we go. We get on the test bench. So we're going to run through some of the basic specs, showing it off. Let's start with the measurements. So at the case, we're going to have just a little bit over 18 inches, about 18.25 inches. We go all the way out to the mounting feet. So we're going to be a little bit more about, make sure I got it right here, about 19 and 3/8. You know, we'll round up. We're going to say 19.5 inches right there. So not terribly big. Now we'll twist just a little bit for y'all. We're going to go sideways here. And we got about 9 inches the other way. So to show off here on camera, so you can see, we do have the big 1/0 inputs right there, 8-gauge outputs for the speaker wire. Then on this side, you can see your RCA inputs. These are strappable, so you got your strappable inputs right there. Gain, crossover, subsonic, and some bass boost. Next, we're gonna flip it over, and we'll show y'all some of the guts. We do have a little warranty sticker, but we're not gonna worry about that. I think it'll be okay if we void the warranty on this one. I hear that Cardio Bargain has a really, really nice warranty on their stuff. And they even offer the ability to purchase extra protection. But you can find out all the information right there at cardiobargain.com. Just check out their website. Oh, all right. Here we go. So the back is off. Y'all can see all the guts right there. Get in close. Let y'all see that there on the board. Nice little Audio Apex CAB-22 stamp. Try and get in good and close. Y'all can see all the parts. And there you go. Hopefully that shows it all off for you. Alright guys, we are all wired up here on the bench, and I'm getting the amp dyno set up and tuned in. So while doing that, I just want to take a second and show y'all the clean, unloaded AC voltage output using the built-in DD1 here on the amp dyno. So we're going to play the 40 Hertz reference tone that comes with the amp dyno. We're playing that right now. We're going to go over here and I'll let you see a little bit. We're going to get into DD1 mode. And my head unit volume is set up. We're good to go. So now we're going to slowly bump up the amp gain, and we're going to watch for the distortion light right there. And while doing that, we're going to see our AC voltage climb here on the DMM. So right about there. I'm going to try and dial it in little by little, so we're barely getting a little bit of distortion right there. So it looks like, yep, we got a good clean 68 volts of output. So if you don't have a DD1, you're curious to where you can set your amplifier to, 68 volts of clean output per the DD1 built in right here to the amp dyno. All right guys, we're all set up, ready to go. Everything wired up, our amp is on. We're gonna jump straight into certified mode. Mono, And we'll start at 4 ohm, work our way up. So this will be a 40 hertz test, certified at 4 ohm. And there we go. So certified 4 ohm, 902 watts, dropping to 14.38 volts. So still holding good voltage, really good power. Considering it's a 2200 watt rated amp, already doing almost half of its rated power at only 4 ohms. So, all right, let's back out of that. Let's go ahead and jump on up to 2 ohms. All right, start. Give me a second to reset my track here. So this will be certified at 2 ohms. If you have any guesses of what kind of power you think it's going to make, we just saw 904. Make your guesses now. We're about to start. And bam, there we go. So certified at 2 ohms, 1562 watts, same 14.38 volts. All right, let's work our way on up. Next is 1.3. So we're gonna get everything reset. Our track is reset. And y'all tell me, what do y'all think? You think we can hit rated power at certified at 1.3? Well, again, if you got any guesses, make them now. We're about to get started. All right, starting the track, give it a few seconds. And here we go. And bam. All right, so we held real good voltage on that one. Certified run 1.3 ohms, 2,110 watts, 14.6 volts. All right, so let's back up again. Here we go, the big test, 1 ohm, getting everything reset and restarted. So any last guesses, make them now. About to start our track. Give it just a few seconds. And there we go. So certified run, 1 ohm, 14.5 volts, 2,363 watts. So a little bit over rated power from that CAB-22. All right, so there's all good certified runs. So let's back out of this. Exit. Now we're going to go uncertified. So this will be testing power right up to clipping, the way most everybody runs in their everyday scenario. Nobody runs it at less than 1% THD. They want every bit of power available. And we're going to run it at 1 ohm, the way most people are going to use it in everyday life. Uncertified, right up to clipping, 1 ohm. Get my track reset. Yep, everything's reset, good to go. Any guesses on this? Now we got 2360 certified at 1. Here we go, uncertified. What kind of power do y'all think it's gonna do? Track has started, give it just a couple seconds and it's gonna kick in. And there we go. So uncertified 1 ohm, 2,535 watts at 14.7 volts. Now the volts is up just a little bit, so you know what? We're gonna run that again. I'm gonna give it a quick reset and back to back. We're gonna run another identical uncertified at 1 ohm load. See if I can get it a hair lower on that voltage. And there we go, perfect, dead on, 14.40 volts, 2,415 watts. All right, so let's go ahead. We did the all our certified runs, uncertified. Let's go on down to dynamic. So these are all still at 40 hertz tests. This will be a dynamic, so this will be a little burst mode testing. We're gonna take it straight to 1 ohm. And if you got any guesses, go ahead. make them now. Let's see what kind of burst dynamic power we can get out of this thing. All right, our track is running. Let's give it just a few seconds and it's gonna kick in. You're gonna see those bursts pop up on the screen. And there we go. So some real good power there. 3,584 watts dynamic power. Showing this amplifier has a lot of headroom. It's a real good sign of quality there, that it's capable of making a little bit more power on some of those bursts. And you know what, since we're here, I say we ramp it up a little bit more. Go ahead and lead into something, and let's drop down below 1 ohm. So this will be a dynamic test at 0.8. So our track is reset and it's running. Let's see what happens. There we go. Dynamic at 0.8, 3,965 watts. Getting close to double rated power out of that. Even though this is just a dynamic test, it is a burst test. So you know what? Let's take it on lower. There's the guys over there at CAB, they gave me a challenge that I couldn't tear this amp up. So they told me take it all the way down to half ohm to show what it can do. So we're gonna do that. So here we go, dynamic at 0.6. See what happens. And there we go. So here's our dynamic at 0.6. 14.3 volts, 4,325 watts. So still great power coming from this on a dynamic test. Let's back it up one more time. And oh, a little too far. Next one down, dynamic at 0.5. So I guess here's the ultimate test. Everybody wants to see half ohm, half ohm, half ohm. So we're gonna do it. Let me get my track reset here. Dyno's ready to go. So again, if y'all want to make a guess, now's the time to do it. Our track is running, so give it just a few seconds and it's going to kick in. Dynamic at half. Bam! And oh my. 5,716 watts. Dynamic half ohm, 14.4 volts. Still from that CAB-22 amplifier. All right, guys, we are not going to stop there, because I know a bunch of haters out there like, oh, dynamic tests don't count, and that's fine. They show some things, some good, some bad things. I'm always a big thing. I say dynamic tests are kind of irrelevant. I will say in all of my testing, the amps that do much better on the dynamic test, they show better reliability long term. So that's one of the good things. A lot of people use dynamic tests as a marketing thing, and that's awesome too. If other people are going to show dynamic tests, then everybody needs to show dynamic tests so you can at least have something to compare head to head. Don't compare dynamic tests to uncertified. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back and do the uncertified ones also. So those were your dynamic tests at 0.6 and 0.5. Here we go. Uncertified tests. Dropping below 1 ohm. So let's go ahead and start at 0.8. Let me get my track reset here. All right, we're ready to go. Track is starting. Give it a few seconds. Uncertified test at 0.8. What do you think we're going to see? And there we go. Dropping right to 14.4 volts. Uncertified, 2,679 watts at 0.8. So uncertified is right up to clipping, the way most people are going to play their amplifiers in their car. They're probably actually going to drive it just a little bit over into clipping just a little bit, so you would see a hair more power than that. But uncertified is a good judge of how much power it will do. Next up, yep, we're going to keep going lower, 0.6, and then after that, the half ohm test. So here we go. uncertified at 0.6. Yep, get my track rekeyed up. And these tests are back to back to back, guys. We're not giving this amp any break here. Track has started. Uncertified test at 0.6. That's it. So it has held up. No protect, no issues. The amp has not died. Uncertified 0.6 run, 2,608 watts, 14.6 volts. All right, guys, here we go. This will be our last test. We went through all these certified, dynamic, uncertified, and here we are down to uncertified, half ohm. Our track is set up. So any last guesses? What do you think it's going to do? Uncertified at half ohm. Our track is running. And there we go. So uncertified half ohm. We dropped a little bit extra. I didn't kick the charges in on that one. So we're at 13.7 volts, 2,722 watts, all still from that little CAB-22 from Audio Apex. All right, guys, there you have it. The CAB-22 from Audio Apex, aka Car Audio Bargain. Check them out at caraudiobargain.com. They are on sale now, $249. That is a shipped price. And remember, you can get 1 year extended warranty for only $30, 2 year extended warranty for only $60 extra if you think you need that. Great power, great amp, great price. I do think they are currently out of stock, but more coming very, very soon. So we're shooting this now kind of mid-December. I believe they will be back in stock first week of January. So they're on sale now. Very, very short wait if you want to get one ordered now. Only $249 from caraudiobargain.com.